yourself. I'm with you. You did it! I don't see any more Dominion.
What are we waiting around for? They'll be back. Let's go.
Sorry about that whole thing with Owen. We were so distracted by our own problems, we only just heard. The Yarrow. Kinda has an obsession with... I've discovered something in the Elysian manuscript. Repeating symbols spread throughout the text. A pattern that, once decoded, shows a set of coordinates.
Coordinates for what?
Unknown. Robin Moore, its primary author, must have buried them in the manuscript. Moore was one of the greatest arcanists in history. His understanding of Shaper instruments was unparalleled. I don't like making assumptions, but what's at these coordinates must be remarkable.
Let me guess. You want me to check out the location?
Precisely. Will you?
Leave it to me.
I think of your department as the bowels of our fort. Hello.
Hi, Brindle.
Fair warning, I am in a dark and foul mood.
Does this mean you're gonna depress me?
Probably. I've suffered a number of setbacks recently.
Like what?
My foot traffic initiatives were defeated. I've made zero progress on the loose cables hazard, and my proposed standing water bylaw is now dead.
That sounds tough. So what's your plan?
My plan is to leave the fort.
If you ask me, I think you should stay.
That's kind of you to say, but my future lies in Anthem.
Why would you move to the capital?
Because it's filled with bureaucrats and politicians who like making rules and consider personal safety a priority. Those are my kind of people.
They are, huh?
It's terrible to admit, but I feel I've wasted my life trying to make this fort a better place to live.
Maybe you're right. You might find what you're looking for in Anthem.
Thanks for understanding. I already have some exciting ideas on how to streamline certain government processes.
They're gonna love you.
But before I leave, I must file a work order to ensure the courtyard fountain finally gets fixed.
If you're leaving, why do you care about the fountain?
I believe civic amenities are vital to the well-being of the fort, and there's no way I'll let that glitching fountain defeat me.
You sound determined.
I am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a requisition to complete before I leave.
First, you find the tomb of General Tarsus, now the Fortress of Dawn. Hey, it's like the world's telling you that you were really meant to be a sentinel, but...
Goodbye, Bryn.
Hey, think about it.
Hey, you know how Karila had that package and then I accidentally killed that guy and you told me to go to the authorities?
Yeah?
So I told the Sentinels everything, and at first, they were not super understanding. Their commander, Vul, Thought it was some kind of vicious killer. But after interrogating me, he finally realized I wasn't. I'm in the clear now, but they'd sure like to speak with Karila.
I'll bet they would. Did you give them the package?
I sure did. That thing caused a lot of trouble.
Did you ever find out what was inside?
It was Ember.
The package was filled with Ember?
Must have been worth a lot of money. Crazy what people do for Ember, huh? I just hope Karila will be okay.
I think she can look after herself. She'll be okay.
I'm sure gonna miss her, but I won't miss all the action. Although, this experience might be good for my acting.
Maybe. Who knows?
Can I get you something?
You know it. Aruna.
Freelancer. Doing well? Lots of talk about you around town.
Nice things, I hope.
Mostly complimentary. Though I do wonder if the tales have grown in the telling. Apparently, you're the best at, I believe the phrase is, Ursix punching.
Ursix punching is one of my many skills.
Right below javelin sky zooms and pew-pew projectiles?
You're making fun.
No!
What have you been up to?
Taking a few days off. Checking messages from Anthem. I've got another expedition lined up after that.
What is it you actually do? Matthias said you knew things about reality.
Sort of. I study the effects of conflicts between the Anthem of creation and Shaper constructs.
Meaning?
My theory is that the Anthem is like a river, carving the landscape as it rushes on. Shaper constructs are dams built to harness that awesome power for, well, we don't know. And where the river meets the dam, chaos, turbulence.
You study that turbulence.
Exactly.
Studying something is pointless unless you can fix it.
Not everything can be fixed. What about observation for its own sake?
If a dam breaks when people are in harm's way, I can't just observe.
I wasn't implying we should let people die. But what if no one's in the way? Nothing's learned about natural processes if we intervene.
The relics aren't natural.
They operate along certain rules. They must. We just have to figure out what they are. Can we just say that the Arcanist observes and the Freelancer helps if things go wrong?
Sure. Sounds about right.
All right. I'm gonna get more tea. Talk to you soon.
Heard you passed the trials of the Legion of Dawn, then lost the General's Javelin. That's standardized tested for you.
Leighton, how are things?
Do we know each other?
I'm a freelancer. We spoke before. You told me you defected from...
Of course, of course. I'm sorry, I remember now. My wife wants me to make new friends. Not doing a good job of it, am I?
You okay?
I don't think so. No, there's a fog. Too much time thinking about the past.
It might help if you talk about it instead.
I was a different man back then. Your opinion of me, it will change.
Whatever happened, it's probably worse in your mind than it actually was.
I wish that were true. For some things, there's no fog. It's all too clear.
Let's hear it.
I was a Dominion cipher, a surveillance tool of the state directed against our own people. I tracked their movements, their plans, their sedition. I was very good at this. I was the unseen hand keeping the flock in line. When I caught one straying, they died. Many strayed.
That couldn't have been easy.
Easier than what came next. I also had physical talents, strength, agility, marksmanship. The Dominion put these to use. I was sent abroad on missions. I hunted enemy ciphers, then mentally tortured them to extract information. They begged me to end their agony, which I did, putting a bullet in the source of their pain, their skull. There were so many of them, I lost track. So, what do you think of me now, freelancer?
I'll give you credit for being honest. That was some seriously unvarnished truth.
A truth I can't seem to reconcile with myself. I did those things.
I can see why your wife is concerned about you.
More than anything, I want to be the man she thinks I can be. The other day, I helped a woman and her boy churn some butter. It was simple. It was real. It's the life I want.
What's holding you back?
The memories don't just vanish.
Your wife mentioned that you've been talking to yourself?
The curse of being a cipher. It's all a jumble. A single word could lead to a memory, and then another I thought I'd forgotten. When I'm thinking, I don't realize it's out loud sometimes.
What's bothering you?
A name. A woman. Aurora. It keeps repeating. She was... Damn headache. I can't remember.
It's okay, if it's too painful.
Aurora is expendable. Collateral damage is acceptable. The state has decided. The state has decreed.
What?
I don't know. It's a memory. I don't know who she was or what I did, but I can feel it.
Whatever happened with her, I think it's tearing you apart.
Can I ever be whole again?
Talk to your wife. Nadira could help. She's worried about you.
No, the shame. Not until I understand this. I need some time to think.
I understand.
Hey.
Something wrong?
Nah, this is just me being contemplative, as Faye says.
About what?
Giving you a Howlick pearl of wisdom that'll matter. And I think it's this. Don't ever believe you're immortal. Want to make your mark? Become a legend? Then assume the next fight is your last.
But it's not. I don't fight to lose.
No freelancer does. I didn't. But waiting around for your moment thinking it's gonna happen tomorrow just means it won't happen today.
You haven't been waiting around, Halleck.
Of course I have. The Heart of Rage messed me up. I didn't want to admit I was the weak link. I was getting old. Figured I had all the time in the world. But none of us do. You write your own legend today.
Not mine. Ours.
And that's the other piece of advice. Never go it alone. Some young freelancer with an attitude taught me that.
Funny. I learned it from some old cranky freelancer.
Sounds like they could be friends.
We beat this, and there'll be plenty of time to find out.
You know where to find me.